Okay, so the story is my first year of uni. Just after Christmas, my mum got me a acoustic, which was right-handed, but I flipped it because it's it's the same both sides, not one of those acoustics which is impossible to flip. But I also then went and bought myself a left-handed guitar, an Epiphone G400 left-handed on eBay. I got it second-hand. And I was like, I need an amp. And my housemates were like, we can help you there. We'll order you one. I'm like, okay, how much do you need? I don't know, 20 quid should do it. I'm like, awesome. Oh, we got a parcel for you, mate. Cool, is it my amp? Yes. Where is it? Holds out hands, 5 watts. You fucking what, mate? It was the size of a handbag.
So this is smaller than a handbag.
So where is it? Holds out hands, 5 watts. Oh, hello. You fucking what, mate? I'm hearing myself back. What was that? I don't like...
Somebody's watching the stream.
It might have been...
Is that Miss Shade?
Probably, yes.
Sorry.
No worries.
Headphones weren't plugged in properly
that's
and
cool.
stuff, so...
In any case...
You done goofed.
For my needs, a 3 watt is fine. It gets quite loud. It sounds like crap.
That's actually what I said when I tried the 5 watt amp. I was like, okay, you can't really you don't want to brag about it, but at the same time, it actually makes quite a lot of noise for a handbag.
I think the word is noise. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, whatever works, though, right?
I'm sitting there doing like basic chords, so I don't need some sort of 6-foot Marshall amp next to me.
Marshall can fuck themselves.
Sorry, what's your thing then?
I prefer orange.
What, the phone?
No, the amp.
Oh, okay. I'm joking.
Oddly enough,
I know what an orange amp is.
Oddly enough, I'm actually with Orange. EE technically T-Mobile part, and they're linked with Orange, so it doesn't matter. I'm not offended. Don't worry.
Well, Orange, when it came out, they don't operate in the UK anymore.
Oh, that's good then. They can go fuck
It
themselves.
was rubbish when I had my phone with them. I got out of my contract because they were like, oh yeah, we see why you haven't got any reception because there are 2 railway lines in between you and the mast. Yeah, we shouldn't have sold you the phone.
Oh, well, too little too late, isn't it,
no.
really? We had have a similar issue on the coast. If you're where I am, it will suddenly change to international charges and claim that you're in France. I'm sorry, but France hasn't invaded.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Can't be doing with that shit.
Not again, anyway.
I think I was in Greece, and they say you got to be very careful because you're obviously nearby some other of countries, and they say if you connect to anything other than the Greek network, they will charge you like 10 quid a second, or £500 a megabyte.
Jesus Christ, that's almost as bad as your expenses.
Yes, indeed.
Can't be doing with that shit. I can't afford that.
At least now I'm not the only person that moans at him for doing it.
Yes, but yes. Haha, suck on it.
Like I said, I put up my credit card, and I only do it when I go in the office, and I don't go in the office that often.
Sounds like you're lazy.
So that's yeah.
Oh, it's fun crossing like 5 lanes of traffic to get to the right exit. Jesus Christ.
Are you driving?
He's on his headset.
Yes, I am driving.
Have you noticed he's not like normally I have to turn you up, but Andrew and Shay down. But I've had to turn Andrew up this time, which is quite weird.
Well, yes, it's because I'm using a Bluetooth headset instead of my normal Logitech headset.
It's a pretty good headset. Can't hear any road noise.
Maybe I need that, because last night I was streaming, and I listened to it back, and you can just about hear in the distance this weird... So it sounds like a high-pitched whistle. It's not that. Downstairs in the dining room, because the dogs have been misbehaving recently. They have not been going outside at night, and instead have been dropping it in the kitchen and dining room, which really irritates me. 4 out of 5 were crate trained, so they're all in 4 of them are in one massive crate at night now. But one of them, the tiny cavalier, has decided to yelp and howl until the early hours of the morning because she doesn't want to be there. She wants to shit on the kitchen floor. I was like, well, she can't do that, and she can't shit, and now she can't poop in the cage, which is even funnier because she then bolts out in the morning to get to the toilet. Because if she craps in the crate, she'll end up having to sleep in it.
Yeah.
Sleeping in her shit.
Yeah. So last night, lovely, I had. You can just about hear a dog howling in the background. Sounds like animal cruelty. It wasn't animal cruelty. It's seriously, stop shitting in the house.
I think Michelle's got something to bring up about animals.
Oh.
Oh no! It was just that thing to do with Parliament.
Hang on, what's happened in
Whether
Parliament?
anyone seen it? It's been really under the radar. It's to do with the Brexit exit.
Is it the £40 million divorce bill?
It's the withdrawal bill that's being passed in Parliament.
Has it been passed today?
No, they're working on stuff go towards that. But it's all to do with the stuff about...
Shade, your headphones might not be plugged in properly. Hello?
Better?
Yes.
Yeah, Parliament have voted against bringing in the EU law that says that animals are sentient.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
So according to pets are covered under the Animal Welfare Act, but anything that isn't a pet are not sentient.
I'm sorry, they don't seem to understand what the word sentience means.
No. So animals can't feel pain, they can't feel emotions, or according to Parliament.
God, I hear the vegans now. Oh God, they're gonna be marshalling for war with their hemp armor.
It's the fact that Parliament have just ignored science completely.
Damn.
yeah.
Never mind the fact that it's probably just an excuse for them all to bring fox hunting back.
Actually, that okay. So I know it's a very popular conservative thing, but I do not support that. We ran foxes into the ground. We turned them into vermin, essentially. They now raid our bins. That's what we've done to foxes.
Yeah.
It's like pigeons. We domesticated them, and then when we stopped using them, we ditched them, and they bred in our streets.
Yep.
It's cruel, and I think that shouldn't happen.
Part of me thinks it might have something to do with the whole testing on animals thing.
I really hope not. I'm not a fan of. I know a lot of my scientist friends would be like, "Oh, but you have to test stuff on animals first." I'm like, no, you really don't.
No, I'm talking in terms of cosmetics and toiletries.
Although I'm not totally against seeing someone put a scouse face on a cat.
But the thing is, there are still, I think China's one of them, there are still several countries in the world, if you want to sell to, so cosmetics, toiletries, that kind of thing, they have to be tested on animals.
No, I can't be doing that.
So, which makes you think, well, if then government declare animals non-sentient and that bill goes through, it potentially opens up another revenue stream for businesses.
I get the idea of wanting to raise more money, I really do, so that we can spend at least while we're trying to simultaneously pay off our debt. Interest, sorry, because we're not paying off the fucking debt. It's never happening. But at the same time, no. You can't. Government does it a lot. They ignore what the science tells them, and they go down a politically motivated path rather than do what is right. I'm sorry, but animals are sentient. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
it's just this
quantify and
little
say, but not on our level because we have like IQ and shit.
It just feels like
Humans are
this
technically
little,
animals.
True.
this little decision that's been made, but it's kind of gone on the radar, and it's like the implications.
It feels like Parliament.
Tiny decision.
It feels like Parliament's gone down the path of science denying.
Well, that's what the article you were looking at, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Until it comes to climate change, then
Oh God.
they're all for it.
Okay, so Leaky Monkey in the chat asked, if the bill passes, will it be legal to fuck animals? If so, you should open up an Islamic brothel. for goat fucking. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear.
Wouldn't the Welsh enjoy that too?
Yeah, they'd love some sheep shags. It's weird. I don't know if there's anything. Is there anything indigenous that the Northern Irish like to fuck other than themselves? And the Scottish only really like to fuck whiskey bottles. No. No. We Brits, we're very boring. Except for the Welsh, apparently.
Our next governor of New Jersey wants to raise our minimum wage to $15 an hour over the course of a few years. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, and then they're also going to try to legalize marijuana. So we'll see how that goes. Probably pretty easily since it's a Democrat-controlled legislature.
If New Jersey raised the minimum wage to $15, will this cost people their jobs?
Probably because they're going to try to because they're not going to raise it immediately. It's going to be over the course of like 3 years or something. But still,
I can see people having their hours reduced.
Yeah, either hours reduced or just completely fired, just so somebody else can keep their job.
Yeah, is there a minimum wage of some kind anyway?
Yeah.
Is it a reasonable living wage?
Ours is higher. Well, it depends on where you live.
Okay.
Because we have some very rich parts of the state, and then we have some very
yes, I remember because you showed me that map
so.
with all those names for those regions.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. That was glorious.
See, somebody on minimum wage probably wouldn't be able to live in my neighborhood because they wouldn't be able to afford the mortgage.
Snob. Oh, God, you're so fucking privileged.
Yes, I live in the region called Happy White Families.
Is that really what it's called? Is that on the map?
Or I don't know. It's either the Happy White Families or the like farms and country clubs or something.
Oh, that's amazing. If I had that map still, I'd put it up on the screen.
So much, we have so much like open space.
Yeah.
And they just keep it like it.
That's amazing.
Oh, there's something that was happening last year about them. Some decision about affordable housing having to be constructed because of some decision 15 years ago. But the state didn't really implement stuff, so cities and towns were like, "What do?" And then apparently they're on the hook for 15 years of the state being bad at telling them what to do.
I remember seeing a video today. I can't remember whose channel it was, but they were talking about how people get their houses, and he said that you just walk into a store and you buy the flat pack kit and have it built on site. Like, that seems that's fucking hell. That's really convenient. Just walk in. Here's 150 grand. Slap that down. I'll go build my flat pack. Does it include nails?
So where was this?
I was on a video because you can get flat pack houses. Well, I say flat pack. There are limitations to just how flat they are.
They're like timber framed things.
Yeah, it's quite. I saw it on a TV show once. There was these. It was one of those house shows where they. It's American.
I was going to say
with Thai.
I've seen it on British house shows as well.
We had it in America. They had it in America. The guy called Ty, really popular host. He does these house shows. You know, they decorate, but instead they tore the house down and got a flat pack. And I think they had a couple wrestlers help build it as well. A flat pack house. They built the house. It was sent from Canada, all the way from Canada to some mid state, and yeah, it was quite impressive to have it, made.
There's a lot of mid states.
Oh, it was one of them. Okay, it wasn't Hawaii. Okay, that's all I know for certain.
Have you seen those 3D printed houses?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not joking. It's a company that's basically come up with a 3D printer that basically puts down layers upon layers of concrete.
Oh, God.
I believe it.
They stick it.
They're 3D printing everything nowadays.
Yeah. They can literally get a house up in like 2 days. You know.
Oh, yes, Ariat Bear Extreme Makeover Home Edition. That's what it was called. Thank you.
Is that the one where they they bulldoze a house?
I think they did.
Oh, is that the one where you get all the sob story about the family first?
Yeah, and then they make him stand behind a bus, and they're like, "Move
A
that
bunch of those shows are very sobby.
Yeah, that's such really
sob story to every one of those shows.
Fucking gay. I can't be doing with that sob story stuff. I'm far too English to be able to put up with that. Someone starts crying, I walk away from them. I unfriend them on Facebook.
And go drink your tea.
It's just not worth my time. I still want to see someone get a flat pack house and get the instruction book and lay it out, get all the tools, lay them out, the whole kit, and then realise they were missing a screw.
If it needs to be like an IKEA
missing the
instruction manual in pictograms.
Oh my god!
Not actually written.
I want to see a couple go to that version of IKEA where they sell houses like that and just start arguing over whether they want a bungalow or a masonette. That'd be brilliant.
Tiny still a thing. I'm surprised.
Sorry.
So.
The people doing making tiny houses.
Tiny houses. Micro homes.
Maybe that's what they're called over there. Tiny homes or something.
Yeah.
Basically, a few hundred square foot. Everything's basically one room, and then you have a loft where your bed is most of the time.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. There was actually an article.
Little cabins.
There was an article of these parents trying to teach their teenage son responsibility. So what they did at the end of their garden, they built a micro home, which is like a very long shed that went from post to post, essentially in the back garden. But it was his house. It was connected to the water, the gas, the electric, and he paid his own bills. Inside, small kitchen, small living room, a pod bathroom. So very small, and a small bedroom as well. Yeah, it looked quite nice. I think I might have nabbed a picture of it. I did micro house. Yes, I'll put a picture of it up actually because I can. I'm a genius. Image.
Interesting.
Micro.
It's probably all right if there's only one of you living there.
2 at most, but I think you'd have to be very comfortable being around someone so much. Here we go, it's a micro house.
I couldn't share a space that small with someone 24/7. I'd end up killing them.
I could barely tolerate my housemates in a massive house for 5 years. So yeah, that's the house. If you're watching the Hangout, we'll see it in a second. And I'll switch it with the... Do I have the floor plan? Yes, there it is. Floor plan. So everyone else can see it. They'll see how big it is. It's quite small. Yeah, studio apartment essentially. It's not too bad.
Huh.
Yeah, I love that term, studio apartment.
I went and saw a studio apartment once, and I realised it was just a bedroom.
It's a bedsit.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a bedroom that has everything in it.
Yeah.
It's a marketing guy came up with it, didn't they?
So technically, based on my bedroom, I live in a studio flat. Wait, what? No, I fucking don't.
Yeah, but one of the flats where we are has been converted into a 3-bedroom flat. They're 1-bedroom flats and they're not huge. One of them's been converted to a 3-bedroom and one of them's been converted to a 2-bedroom. And I don't.
So basically, the bedrooms are going to be closets.
Oh.
I think I did find the floor plan for the 3-bedroom one, and there can't be any space in there. There's probably barely room for a single bed in the 3 bedrooms.
So you basically have a twin bed and then nothing else.
Yeah. I was looking
worse than a bunch of dorm rooms.
At one point, I was looking for a flat down in inner side of the M25, and there's a few websites called flatmateclick.com and stuff where you can find a flatmate and stuff. And some of the places, around Sutton area kind of thing, they're charging $1,000 a month for a bedroom. That's it. Shared everything else, and it's like one cupboard. I was like, I'm going to get room for £1,000 a month.
Wow.
Paying your rent.
London, 6x4 shed, sat in a kitchen, £650 per calendar month, not including bills. That was an article I saw somewhere, and they showed pictures, and it was beautiful. It was a literal 6x4 shed. That was your bedroom, and I'm like, you what?
Google like New York City apartments. It's ridiculous.
It was smaller than a prison cell.
New York City, terrible.
I think someone was doing the same thing, but they had like a room, a bit of space under their stairs, and they advertised it as a Harry Potter experience.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's great.
It's all about that authenticity.
There's probably some stupid fucker that would pay a small fortune a month to live in the cupboard under the stairs.
Harry Potter.
They identify with Harry.
They'd probably tell everyone that knows them, if they're going to send them letters, to address them to the person under the stairs or something. Sad.
My dad told me once he stayed in a house. And he had, in order to get to it, he had to walk up the stairs, and he kind of above the stairs there's a space, which he had to get a ladder and prop it against the kind of where the door at the top of the stairs, and then crawl into the space above the stairs.
Oh dear!
Can you imagine? The rent's cheap.
See,
and the room's big.
That's just ridiculous. I know that in Japan, in Tokyo, they have these not flats. They're just coffin-sized spaces that you can sleep in at night, but they're stacked up. Oh, hang on, I'll find it.
They're coffin hotels. I've heard about these before.
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
Yeah.
Ah, got them. Right, found it. I'll drag an image up into the Hangout. It's a capsule hotel. Basically, it's a space that you can. It's for sleeping. It's not for living.
It's very Neuromancer, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Image on.
They've probably been around since about then. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to be getting at one point. We'll have to do the Chinese do, eat out everywhere, and just have literally somewhere like a bed and a TV that sort of mounts above you.
Well, the interesting thing here is that these capsules, they're pretty long. They're not too bad. They're actually well decorated interior, and they look quite pleasant actually. And a bit of space to store your stuff.
You're just sleeping in a coffin.
I may have misspoke. It was a capsule, they call it, but it does look like a very big, very deep coffin. It's got the wood paneling as well.
Not much that you can do in there.
Well, sleep mainly. There was a better picture actually. Some have TVs in the corner as well. I actually think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, good.
Here's a better picture from inside. Fuck it, I'm putting this one up. Give me a second. Yes.
I'll have to take a look when I get home.
You'll like it.
Give it enough time when virtual reality is a lot better. You could probably live on one of those and not worry too much. You could just be connected to the net, and
I think it looks good because in the capsules you have a TV as well. It's awesome. You just lay there and watch TV in your capsule and totally not get claustrophobic. Oh dear. Actually, I can understand.
Futurama?
Sorry?
Did you see Futurama?
I remember I used to watch it.
Yeah, there was an episode where I don't know, the old guy gets because it's his 100th and something birthday.
Farnsworth.
He has to go to Farnsworth. That's it. He has to go to some sort of nursing planet, and there's just these hundreds of filing cabinets full of old people who have just been plugged into the Matrix.
Oh yeah, because he goes to see his parents, doesn't he?
This is Farnsworth.
That's a different episode, is it?
He's too old. Yeah, he's too old. So
yeah, no. His parents. No, there was an episode where he goes to see his parents. I think there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Fry gets on with them, and Farnsworth doesn't. and they're jacked into that matrix.
Okay, I must have missed that one.
So it's all good. I'll find it.
This is all the way it's going, though.
Give it time.
The cyberpunk's got it right. Yeah, with the population growth, we're all going to have to live in like capsules and commute using virtual reality. I'm
okay with this because in virtual reality there might not be damp. And I'm not talking about the good. I'm not talking about the good damp. I'm talking about the bad damp that climbs up walls.
Yeah, we know that one.
I took the liberty in the summer to buy wardrobe hanging dehumidifiers. I've got a dehumidifier on the wall, electric one that is. I've got pouch ones as well underneath the wardrobe, underneath my bed, in drawers. If this doesn't do the fucking trick, I'm gonna get really pissed off.
We bought a dehumidifier and it is on the time.
I turned this on
because it just doesn't seem to get any better where we are.
Yeah, I would turn this on at night, but honestly, the light would distract me.
Why don't you just put a piece of electrical tape over it?
Because it will change colour when the thing's full, and I won't notice. Because I'm special, apparently.
Why don't you get an eye mask?
Because I fidget a lot in my sleep. Like I think I fall off the bed at least once a night. At the moment, at least once a night. This bed's quite high up as well.
So do we need to get railings for you?
I need railings. I need like straps and everything.
It's a good thing you're not on a bunk bed.
Honestly, it's a blessing. I never had the pleasure of being on a bunk bed as a kid.
Oh, you missed out.
Apparently I did. Although I've heard many stories about my niece climbing out from hers and falling off every single time. I just don't know whether she's going to succeed in life or not now based on that. I'm not convinced.
Well, at least there's a kind of stubborn persistence there.
Yeah, she just wants to keep trying until she gets down successfully without Swanton bombing it. Irate Bear, if you were raised as an only child, why did you have a bunk bed? Is there an unknown sibling you weren't told about and was hidden from you for many years? Or were you so stupid? Sorry?
You got some of them that had like a desk underneath.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually had something similar to that because being the only male, I had the box room, and when my parents broke up, I got the really small box room with the ramp above the stairs. And initially, my parents were like, my mum was like, I can't buy you a bed, so we got an old wooden bed that was we found at a car boot sale. Cut the legs off one end and leaned it up against the ramp with bricks propping up the legs at the other end so that I had a bed. But then when we moved, someone had built this whole elaborate what's that wood? Not laminate, but it goes on walls and it links.
MDF?
Sorry?
MDF?
No, it's like wood.
Oh, that's who just tried to call me.
It's wood that
okay.
It's wood that links up.
Make a phone call.
It's wood that links up like laminate wood, but it goes on walls instead. Doesn't matter, but someone had made this elaborate frame that was 6 feet up. It had a desk underneath it, and it had a cupboard as well. It was like it was really high up. It was so high up that if I went to sit up during the night, and I at least once woken up because I was nearly late for school, and I sat up really fast and smacked my head into the ceiling. I swear the world hates me.
I can't say I've had any experiences like that.
You haven't missed out.
But I did go to a boarding school where they used to do a thing called bed tipping.
Where's Andrew gone?
Yeah, I think he dropped off.
Okay.
Bad signal.
Right.
Yeah.
So
imagine if you
what's bed
if you
tipping?
didn't get up in the morning, Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. If you didn't get up, if the prefect woke you up in the morning and you didn't get up, he would come to the side of your bed, grab the edge of it, and just tip you over.
Oh no.
Yeah. Or the other one was like lamp posting. So bed tipping from the side. Lamp posting is when they grab the end of it and lifted you up. So, and usually from the feet, from the foot end.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny to watch. I want to see if there's any kids. Oh, what's it called? Lamp posting.
Well, I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah, that was just at my school. But yeah, bed tipping was definitely a thing. When you were at school, did kids ever do the whole bundle thing? Like bundles?
Yeah, bundles happened.
Bundle! Yeah. And he's back.
It was always quite uncomfortable whenever someone did that.
And I am back.
Congratulations.
I can imagine it's a very
had to make a phone call.
Okay, I found one video of a guy being tipped. And they do it from the side.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Though, if you've got a really strong prefect and he was really good at it, he can manage to get like a whole 180 on you.
Okay, it's on a channel called TGF Bro, and they got this fat guy on a looks like a Z bed, and they just tip it, and he lands on a box of beer, and they run off. It's pretty funny.
We never got that bad. They were pretty fair. It's just if you didn't get up. Well,
this guy did not get up. I think he was too tired or too fat.
But we also done other things like they used to take if they knew you were a sound sleeper, they would get like 4 people to pick up your mattress and like walk you out into the corridor or even outside, and like leave you.
Can you imagine being woken up by a teacher that day, telling you off for falling asleep in the hallway? Oh, I can't be having
kids,
that.
Public school kids, crazy.
Yeah, we didn't have anything like that at school. Nothing as exciting. I think nearest we got were dead arms or bundles. Or every year the year 11s would do something to disrupt school on their final day. So like egging, that was quite popular. Flour in a lot of things. Glitter bombs.
My senior year of high school, my class decided to be weird, and they decided to dress up and wear suits.
Well, we had to wear rather smart uniforms. So
whatever. I mean, but the funny thing is, I was like we already had a school uniform of having to wear like a blazer and stuff, so it was like, okay, just have to wear a slightly nicer jacket.
We on my year were they broke it. They didn't do shit. They were too lazy. Half of them were either pregnant or on drugs, and the other half were busy revising. And I was bored, so I pulled every fire alarm at the school.
That sounds like my school.
I was so disappointed in my year. I was like, you realise I just had to pull the alarm for all you fucks, right? You all owe me, like, Smirnoff Ice. Hand it over. At 16, we were hardcore.
Yeah.
There's one clever guy in my school. He realised that the mechanism, the electronics for the school alarm, like we had like alarms during the day and everything like most schools do. He realised that the all the electronics were above our dormitory.
Mm-hmm.
So So in the last day, he made a hole in the ceiling, which he connected. A plug socket into. I don't know what he did up there, but he managed to plug it into it, and then put the plug into the socket near his bed. And every time you turn it on, all the alarms in the school would go off. And on the last day, just as assembly was the last assembly was happening, he switched it on and then buggered off. So I left soon after, so I don't know what happened from there.
I never
the
liked
year
this.
above me in my high school, they took all of the teachers' chairs, like their desk chairs, and put them in one room. And then they also put alarm clocks that would go off at different times in the ceilings of all the classrooms.
There's some commitment.
I would have liked it if
they did something actually important.
I would have loved it if they managed to get the teachers to go into that room to get the chairs and then locked them in there with the alarm clocks all going off. That would have been awesome. Nearest I ever got to that fire alarm kind of crap, my first year of uni, so on campus, my fire alarm was outside my door, and my head was the head of my bed was, you know, right beside the door. So that thing, if the door was open, it would pierce my brain. And I think once
fire alarms are obnoxious where I went to school.
Yeah, and I remember once somebody was burning some stuff in a paper in a bin, and the alarm went off. And at like 2 a.m, I'm sort of sliding down the stairs on my chest because I can't be fucked to get up. Just sliding down.
We had our alarm go off 3 times in one night.
Oh, I can't have that.
And we all had exams the previous day, so we figured out who it was, and we did some things to their.
My housemate got evicted in the end for setting off a fire in a bin. I don't even know why he was doing it, to be honest. His dad ended up buying a brand new house off campus just so his son could, you know, exist. I was like, that's very good of him. Just don't do any more fires, please.
Have the college experience.
Yeah. Do something less dangerous. Suck a dick. Try not to bang a slut. Wait, what? Who's slut shaming?
Yeah, some of the buildings on the campus of the school that I went to had like 700 or 800 people all in like, it was separate buildings, but all the buildings were connected by like walkways and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so when a fire alarm went off in one of them, so all of the separate buildings had to get evacuated too. It was like, that sucks.
Yeah, we have.
And somebody also shat in one of the elevators in that building. Like, literally took a dump.
That's amazing.
Like, wow.
One of so a lot of the buildings that are on my old campus now weren't there because they were being built when I started. But we still had thousands that lived on campus. So if one alarm goes off, all the alarms go off. That's a lot of people for head counts. That's a lot of people who were pissed off at some dickhead set off.
You actually had people. You actually had to like check in after you walked out.
I unfortunately had to be the representative for my house. They chose me because I was the oldest. Like, oh, you all suck dicks so much. You gotta be responsible. Fuck off. Going back to bed now. I hated it so much. I was that for like 3 years. I hated it. Apparently I was the chemistry ambassador or some shit, and they instead of just asking me for a picture, they used a picture of me before I got a haircut. And the problem is, I only got the haircut because I wanted to get a better picture, but I took the picture first when I had it made and I forgot about it. So I went and got my haircut after and had really bad hat hair, so my hair kinked really badly. And apparently I looked like a paedophile, which is fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's an ad-friendly face. And yes, chemistry ambassador is equal to a meth addict. Although apparently I know how to make meth, so yay.
Yay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll dye it green and call myself a different scientist's name. Let's go with Schrodinger. He's a slut. He's basically in every equation on the planet somewhere. Fucking whore of a scientist.
At one point, the science building on my campus, there was an oxygen pipe that exploded next to somebody.
Ooh, sounds painful.
Yeah. They didn't die or anything. They just got injured, obviously. And then it happened to the same person again, like 2 months later. We're like, wow.
I shouldn't laugh, but that's some serious bad luck.
I want to laugh at them. I actually want to meet them in person so I can point and laugh at their face. because I'm friendly like that.
Oh, my brakes work. Darn Pennsylvania drivers.
Go back to your own state.
Go back over the bridge.
Bastards. They're like, you know what they are?
PA drivers cannot merge.
They're filthy immigrants. You want to kick those Pennsylvania fags out of your state. Yes. Oh, did you hear the absolutely fantastic news that one of the members of AC/DC died, and the terrible news that Charles Manson died?
Yep.
Choose which way round you want that to be taken. I never knew much about Charles Manson, but what kind of cult was he a leader of?
The Blue Oyster Cult.
Some fucked up one.
Wasn't Charles Manson the Moonies?
I don't know.
I think it's all about the Helter Skelter thing. He was. Oh, I don't know what it was. It was religious. I think he wanted it. Basically, everyone to convert to his religion, but he wanted to do it through violence. I don't know what religion that was per se. But
Sounds like Islam.
It was a bit like weird kind of conspiracy theory, and he convinced several people to go out and commit murder and stuff.
And didn't do nothing.
I thought I saw something about your parliament, something with Sharia.
We love it. We want to write it into law. I do remember seeing a documentary about a prison documentary about the Aryan Brotherhood and how Manson approached the Aryan Brotherhood for protection. Which is why he then got a swastika tattooed right in the middle of his fucking forehead. Sorry, between his eyebrows.
That's
inadvisable.
enough.
He just wanted to show them that he loved them.
That he was a true Nazi.
Yeah, true. Nazi. Everyone's a Nazi.
Nazi.
Actually, I watched a documentary about the Jonestown massacre the other night.
Okay.
Which it's kind of disturbing, but it was kind of interesting because, like, what was it? Jim Jones, who led them, was like preaching sort of socialist communism, and it was revolutionary suicide and stuff. And I was watching it. We're not a million miles away from something like that happening again. It's kind of scary.
Scary what people think can be manipulated to do.
Yeah.
That's actually that point about manipulation. It came up in a discussion I was having with someone about because I was considering doing an Amos Yee themed video, and I was like, I know he's a troll. I know he is. I know he wants the views. But what he's putting out is fucked up. So I wanted to address. So I was talking to ESET, Logic's wife. And that manipulation thing is a talking point amongst the pedo community. You know, the pedo sympathizers, the dickheads that shall be turned into eunuchs. It's relevant. Fuck it. Isn't it? Because the whole child brain development argument, which is always omitted by pedo people, and I find that could be quite interesting. That they're unwilling to engage on the subject of neuroscience because they know that they can't actually debunk shit. Whatever you're eating, I want some.
Who's eating?
I
thought I had a wrapper. My mistake.
Oh, that might be me. I'm making a rollie.
I don't want that.
It might be me getting the paper out the packet. Sorry.
Unless it's a chocolate cigarette, I don't want it. And even then, I don't want it. Chocolate cigarettes. Oh, I look so cool, don't I? The chocolate tastes like shit, but look how cool I am.
Can you even buy them anymore?
You can still buy them, yes.
I thought they were like candy cigarettes. They were like, they were like white sticks that
you can get those as well.
Yeah, I remember those.
But you can still get chocolate cigarettes. There is a shop locally that sells them.
Are they called chocolate cigarettes? So in the pretend
no, they give them
cigarette packets.
No, yeah, they give them really ridiculous labels and images to make them look like an authentic American pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, so they used to come in like the soft,
what it is.
soft packet,
yeah,
didn't they? That looked like cigarette packets.
Oh, they are dodgy. The chocolate is so bad. The only good thing about it is the paper. And I know a lot of people who took the paper from that and used it to make a roll-up.
You ever tried like American M&Ms or American style M&Ms, but not actual M&Ms? The ones that have that weird American chocolate taste.
Oh, like Hershey's.
Yeah, I can't even describe it.
It's called not chocolate because it's impossible to make something that's called chocolate taste like chocolate in America. No offense, but dairy milk's better.
It's a bit like cheese.
Oh God, the cheese argument. Oh, if it comes in a tin, it's still cheese. No, it's not. Okay.
Or a tube.
Well, actually, there's a counter.
Or in slices.
You need to reboot you're malfunctioning, Andrew. You're malfunctioning.
Either that or he's changed into a different dimension.
Turn back.
Slow down time.
Probably because I'm driving through shit.
The robots are taking over.
But I do understand him. He's driving through something.
A time warp.
Possibly.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you, yes, but you're real robot-y. I just have to concentrate to listen to you. So yeah, American cheese sucks.
It's because it's not proper cheese, is it?
If it's in a tin, it sucks. There are you can get slices of mature cheddar here. I'm okay with that. Or Leerdammer, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's like proper cheese, but not like processed.
Technically, you can get that
cheese, isn't it?
Cheese
but
can't go
like
off.
the rubber processed cheese.
And Andrew's still no improvement. Nope.
Did they?
What about the smoked? Is it Austrian or German cheese that comes in a tube? That's quite nice. That's really nice cheese.
Didn't they do off the subject? Didn't they do an experiment a while ago where they left the McDonald's burger out on the side for 6 months, and they came back to it. Nothing had happened to it. It just had dried out a bit.
That says a lot about what's in a McDonald's. What if essentially, you know what it is? The ingredients are essentially whatever they use to do taxidermy or embalming humans. It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lack of water and means that they don't mould. Mould won't grow on them.
I reckon someone just came in every so often and just sneakily switched it for a new one.
Can you imagine they have a pile of shit and a McDonald's burger, and the flies are going to go to the shit, not the burger?
Oh dear, you know something's wrong with your food when even the flies won't touch it. You put it on the floor and surround it with slugs. See if they'll go. If they turn back, yeah, you've got something wrong. I'm not huge on McDonald's, by the way. I hate McDonald's. They can go fuck themselves.
The thing is that stuff is so full of salt. You touch it and they just burn.
Just to clarify, I prefer Burger King if I'm going to eat either of them. McDonald's sucks.
What about GBK?
Sorry?
What, GBK?
Not for
Gourmet Burger Company?
But that's not like a McDonald's or Burger King type.
No, it's a bit
food, is it?
Their blue cheeseburger rocks though.
Blue cheeseburger?
Yeah.
I've had a black one.
I
had a black cheeseburger. Everything was black. The buns were black. The cheese was black. The burger was black. Even the tomato sauce was black. I was like, I am very worried I'm eating dead flesh. Like, not actual, not not in the literal sense of, well, it did come from a cow. I mean, like, it's just someone took some human and charred them.
Sounds like a predator. It's on the chat. There it is.
You're still really zombied. Robot-y, sorry, Andrew.
Why?
I had a tuna melt that was black as well. I had it in Manchester, and I had other choices, but I just thought it had black bread, and I thought I'm gonna try that. It didn't taste any different.
Yeah,
to be fair.
it tasted the same. The burger that I had as well. Just, I was very concerned that my teeth would now look like they were like they actually suited my voice. You know, English and not brushed. So the first thing I did was go to like a corner shop, grab a toothbrush and some toothpaste, and just went to work.
Oh, I gotta say, I do get a bit triggered when I see, you know, like in The Simpsons, where they have like the Great Book of British Smiles, and
oh, the over-exaggeration of how bad our teeth are.
Yeah, but they must be watching Jeremy Kyle, because have you know that everybody on that show has got the worst teeth.
I know a YouTuber, I believe, who's got a family member that went on there, and I thought to myself, can you imagine how, if you have family, and your family go on there, you know you fucked up in your life when someone's going on there.
I seem to remember somebody I used to work with at a fast food restaurant came in and was like, yeah, you never guess what, and basically told me a story of them going on the show, and it was because one of them was coming out as, I think it was transsexual or something like that, and this is back to early 2000s, and it wasn't such a hot topic then, so it was quite a thing. Apparently it caused a bit of rift in the family, as you would imagine back then.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, it's like, Dad turns around and says, "I'm becoming a woman." I don't know.
It makes me wonder. What point do you have to get to where you think, yeah, the only our problems is to go on TV?
Yeah. This air our
this will fix everything though. If we just make it public, we totally won't be made fun of in public. We'll totally be able to just get over it. We'll be able to resolve our issues on TV with the lie detector, the DNA test, and everything like that, which is, oh god.
Well, they don't, lie detectors aren't admissible in court.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking useless. Kyle is such a prick as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to add this in. He's such a joke.
I saw him in Windsor once, and I saw him with his kids, and I just noticed him. I wasn't going to go and talk to him, but he gave me the right stink eye, like, don't you fucking dare. I was like, fair enough, mate. I wasn't going to, but I'm not going to.
I honestly would, at that point, have gone over.
Jeremy,
I love your show, especially the one where you got punched in the face. That's my favourite one ever. He felt.
I missed that one.
I don't think actually. I don't think they showed the clip where he got knocked down. Let's see. Oh, Jeremy Kyle.
It's on YouTube.
Well,
face.
Compilation of Jeremy being attacked and threatened. So you've had people go up right in his face. Woman gets punched on stage. Man punches his potential son. Man attacks Jeremy Kyle and gets thrown off stage. Oh, we might have this. This might be the one.
If we look at a good video with Jeremy Kyle, it's the at the end of the day. Because
the compilation of everyone who's been on it ever go. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
End of the day. They can fuck themselves with that shit.
They usually have that big gorilla guy. It's like 6'7", sort of.
Well, like
Steve, I think his name is.
Well, like Jeremy, what's his name? The other really famous show like this, but the American one. Oh, okay. 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 So Jeremy, there's the title of the show is I'll prove I'm still sleeping with my husband behind his girlfriend's back. Right? And the guy, skinny as fuck guy, he's on the stage, he's sat down, I don't know what Jeremy says, but he gets up and his arms, they're robot down by his side. It's like 2 minutes 13 seconds into this little video. Oh, it's fucking funny because the guy's arms are completely down by his sides, but he just like marches right up to Jeremy with his arms like, it's just like, and Jeremy bolts it. Oh, it's beautiful. But the way it looks, oh, I'm gonna have to timestamp that. So I'll dump it in the chat so people can see it. It's very amusing to watch Jeremy run from this guy and how secure, because the guy doesn't look like he's going to throw a punch. He's too close to Jeremy, and his arms are still down by his sides. It's amazing.
Amount of times I don't like to start fights. The problem is when you have a guy in any situation who comes up to you like chest out, head up. I mean, you being a boxer knows all too well. Don't lift your chin.
Yeah, I so generally keep the hand up a little, just a little. No one likes to have their chin checked.
Yeah, and go down the pipe. That was always my thing. Don't go for the whole haymaker thing. But
I must knock the cunt out. I've got to telegraph my shots. I've got to work the body. Fuck off.
I've got to listen. So I'm throwing a punch. So I text you. I'm throwing the punch now.
Everyone, get your phones out. It's going to be awesome. I love that video. Right. It's a very very well known world star hip hop video of a really small guy like Gary Coleman height. And this giant of a man, and they start squaring up and fighting in a car park, and the midget catches the giant, and the giant falls. The giant's arms were down the whole time, and you fucking deserved it, you idiot.
Yeah, I've seen a few the whole David and Goliath type of videos. Mm-hmm. There's like I think it's kid in school. He looks a bit slow, a bit big, but he's tall, and there's other kids that are smaller than him, but he's giving him shit and punching him, and the kid just loses his shit, picks him up and just body slams him into the ground, and the kid's kind of broken in half going,
oh god, yeah. You see those body slams where the guys lift him up by their waist and they just slam him down on their shoulders and they crumple. It's beautiful. I love it.
It was an MMA fight like that, and it was before the days of the weight categories, and there was a kickboxer against a wrestler, and exactly the same thing. The kickboxer guy, he must have been about 12 stone or something. The wrestler must have been at 16 stone. And
that's why we have weight classes.
Ding ding. The kickboxer kind of comes in to sort of starts pepping him with punches. The wrestler shoots him. Yeah, well, basically, gets him on a takedown, but then picks him up in a kind of a head and arm kind of lock, and then proceeds to kind of slam the guy into the ground, and he completely cuts Tina's in half.
He introduced him to Suplex City.
He introduced him to his own ballsack. That's what he did.
Sounds really painful.
It's something you can look at YouTube. I'm sure there's MMA wrestler slam or something.
There probably is a name for the move, but I'd have to see it to tell you what it is.
Best MMA super slam.
There was so when Brock Lesnar started in UFC, he only fought 8 times, I think. He won 5, lost 3. Now, losses don't matter too much. The fights were very entertaining. But when he fought, what he would do, and he did this in one of his fights, when the bell rang, he fucking gored the fucker. He just gored them to the ground, and that was it. It was game over. Because he was a very big wrestler. An actual wrestler, not a fake one.
He's a man, isn't he? I think that's why he didn't do too well in WWE, because he's like a proper wrestler and.
Well, he is still a wrestler
Not an
now.
actor.
He was on Survivor Series last night because he had to pretty much
was
give
he?
up MMA because of a diverticulitis, I believe. He had a few meters removed from his intestines, which was one of the main reasons he lost to Alistair Overeem, which was his last fight before he went back to WWE. He has had one fight since, but I think he's just focusing on WWE because there's more money.
Yeah, I've kind of lost touch a bit with.
He loves his money,
WWE
and
in recent years.
yeah, he was in it last night against a guy called AJ Styles, and it's kind of.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, and it was a huge fight. And it was great because Brock Lesnar he sold the moves that AJ did right. It was really good, but he threw AJ around like a fucking chew toy.
I can imagine that. Actually.
It was like Brock had picked up AJ Styles and said, "Here, doggy, fetch the limp body."
Oh, apparently another woman has come out saying that Al Franken inappropriately touched her in 2010.
Who's Al Franken?
He's a Democrat senator accused of, or somebody back before he was a senator accused him of inappropriate conduct or something.
Well, until it's proven, it's just an allegation. Has to be proven.
Yeah. It's just funny. Well, because there's the person who's running to be a senator, Roy Moore. That whole thing.
I've heard this name. This name associated with some rather nasty dealings. But I can't remember it. I saw it on Twitter just before we went live. Roy Moore. Didn't Roy Moore do something really bad to someone?
Supposedly, I think. I don't know if he admitted to any of it.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
And then another one that I saw is Jeffrey Tambor, the actor.
Yeah, isn't he the
He
bald
plays,
guy?
yeah, and he played a trans woman on a show called Transparent.
Yep.
Thing, but I guess that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, he quit, didn't he? It's all... it's just allegations, though, and it's quite shocking. They're just that, and yet they get such a reaction. Yes, you take them seriously.
Well, until the person says, "Oh, I did do it" or something. But
yeah.
Which is very few.
Yeah.
Have actually said that they did do it.
Really? Wow.
What?
I have no idea. What else has been happening this week? I've not paid attention to anything. I noticed drama and I've ignored it. Let's see.
Just seems to be all these accusations going around. It's all this going on.
Yeah.
We have Thanksgiving this week, so there's gonna be a nice short week.
You're back on your computer, aren't you, Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I louder?
I turned you up, so I'm just going to turn you down. Mainly for my ears.
Back to normal.
Back to normal, essentially, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll have a 3-day work week this week.
I saw a video, AJ Plus made it, about
of course they did.
about the real Thanksgiving, yeah. It's kind of wrong. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, okay, because they have an agenda that they need to push, so, yeah.
Yeah. I saw, a year ago, Christiosity, her name is. She made a video on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
she
dear.
came from a very cynical position. But I think... But she really believes this kind of crap, and it's quite concerning. I really wish...
It's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. If only she'd just, like, pretend the patriarchy doesn't exist so we men can get on with our work.
To keep the world running, yeah.
Exactly. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about?
Nothing I can think of.
Did you watch Punisher?
I have watched it. I also watched Justice League today.
How did that go?
Okay, so Punisher was okay. It was a very bloody thing.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, it was alright, yeah. Justice League, oh dear. Oh dear. There was a lot missing from it. A lot of story missing. There were, I will admit, there were some very funny bits. I mean, really, actually funny bits. And maybe
that's what I've heard, is that there is more funny bits than, like, actual good moments.
Yeah. Essentially, Superman turns up, saves the day, does fuck all, really. No real, like, struggle in the fighting, just annihilates. But the...
Did you imagine to see this moustache? Did you see the moustache too?
You mean the one they'd coloured out? Yes, I noticed. Yeah. What quality CG work? Okay, so the two funny bits that really got me when Aquaman opens up and he's sat on the lasso of truth, which I thought was pretty funny. And the second time is when they're fighting Superman and the Flash decides to run round him, and as his eyes are looking at Superman, and he's going really fast, Superman's eyes lock onto the Flash and he turns his head to look at the Flash while the Flash is running at him. The gormless look on the Flash's face when he realizes that the Man of Steel can keep up with him is fucking priceless. I quite enjoyed that. But it was... I don't know, it lacked... This is where DC get it wrong. And they've always got it wrong. A lot of their characters were created to be essentially gods, to compete with Marvel. Because Marvel have created... And then with the Marvel universe... Cinematic universe, sorry. They've created very human characters. But unfortunately, DC have not. Batman, yes. But not with Wonder Woman, because she is an Amazonian created by fucking Zeus. And you got Superman. And you got the Flash. And you've got freaking Cyborg. Aquaman, a freaking demigod in his own right. And then soon enough we'll have a Green Lantern as well, because the Green Lanterns do feature in the film. Briefly. They created gods. And Marvel only really have one of those. So Justice League had a lot missing. It was like just under, around the 2-hour mark. There was too much missing. There were scenes that were in the trailer that were not in the film.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was like, what?
That seems to happen a lot now.
That was mandated, though. They had to have it under 2 hours.
Yes, and I keenly await the extended cut. Much like Dawn of Justice, which was better extended than theatrical, and Suicide Squad, which I know was still shit, but with the extended scenes was a little more entertaining. And I think that'll be the same case for Justice League. I think the extended cut will be what sells it, and I look forward to buying that, not the original. The only films that have worked in their DCEU are Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. The rest have sucked. Unless they were extended. And Man of Steel worked because it made him seem more human, and Wonder Woman worked because the story was okay. And because thankfully they didn't push the feminist agenda, which would have killed it.
I've got a hit.
I'm getting really sleepy. I've been up since 6. So I'm
Fair.
So I'm going to end this here before I continue to rant and rave about how DC are fucked up.